Hello and welcome to this Wednesday upload. My name's Nicola. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back and welcome to this Fibro section. Jazz hands. No trusted notebook today because it's all in here, which could be a disaster. Fibro fog could well take over and yeah, it might not end well, but we'll give it a go. Right, so today's Fibro section, I've already filmed this, by the way, and when I had all that trouble with my my memory card, I lost the footage, so I'm filming it again. Woohoo! This is how my fibromyalgia was over Christmas and ME, okay? So Christmas Eve, I'm going back now trying to remember everything. We had breakfast out with our friends and that was really nice. It was where Holly works as well and she was working Christmas Eve, so it was nice to see her. And then we came back and did Christmas craft with my mum, which is a tradition of ours. Then I laid the table. Mark and my mum and dad were preparing all the veg for the next day. What else did we do Christmas Eve? Oh, then Holly came home and we opened Christmas Eve presents, and then Poppy went to work. Then we had a Chinese and it was lovely. I love Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve to me is the best day out of all the days. I love the build up to it. I love the anticipation. I love the fact that we do Christmas Eve presents now, because the four of us literally just sit there on our own and we can take in what each person has bought for us, and it's lovely. It's really nice. So it was this year was a bit because the girls were working, so that was sad that we couldn't, you know, all be together for very long, but it's just a sign of the times, isn't it, that they change. So my fibro, apart from being tired after the activities on Christmas Eve, was fine. It was bearable. Christmas Day comes and it's busy. We had, was there 8 of us, I think? 8 of us Christmas Day. And Mark always cooks the dinner he had Holly's help. Poppy did the drinks, so there wasn't loads for me to do. I did help with the tea bits in the evening, and it was just a lovely, lovely day. It's full on, as Christmases always are, but it was such a nice day. And I think a lot with my fibro, I don't know if you have this with yours, but if I have like endorphins released from being happy or enjoying myself, being excited, sometimes that can cause my fibro to be worse and cause a flare-up, too much excitement. But just the right amount, whatever that is, makes my fibro better, because I'm happy and my body's happy. And also the adrenaline that, you know, rushes through your body can help with that too. So I think Christmas Day, it was a mixture of that, but by the evening I was really tired, and then I started to have a mini flare. And over Christmas I have had problems on this arm. So this is my right arm and my right hand and my right wrist, and especially behind here. This has been spasming now since before Christmas every day, and it's getting sore. So I am going to speak to the doctor soon, but I'll get to that soon. So yeah, Christmas night I started to go into a mini flare. Boxing Day morning I was shattered. I wanted to stay in bed, but I knew we went to Mark's mum and dad's Boxing Day, and it's always such a lovely day. I love being with the family and everyone again, and I was seeing my mum and dad that day as well. So I knew I had to get going and get on with it, but I didn't feel good. I felt flary, I was in pain. Like I say, both my wrists, actually, I had supports on. I couldn't even open my presents at one point. So we had the presents from my mum and dad and other little things, and yeah, I had trouble opening my presents, and I find that quite sad, so Holly helped me. But my wrists are that painful. I always suffer with my wrists when it turns colder and this time of year, and when they go and you can't do anything, it's quite sad. So anyway, there was that, but it was a lovely day. I had a lovely time. I was just very, very tired and in pain. So that was Boxing Day, and then the day after Boxing Day was Mark's mum's 70th birthday. So on that day we always go to Mark's sister's in the afternoon and have like a nice tea. We wanted to make it special because obviously we couldn't do a party or anything like that with COVID restrictions. So there was just the family again, which was lovely, and we had karaoke, which was so funny, and it was good fun as well. We played some games. It was lovely. It was lovely. All my Christmas days were lovely. They were really lovely, and I enjoyed every single one of them. But my fibro was awful, and by the time we went to Mark's sister's, my foot kept giving way in pain, so I couldn't stand for very long, which was frustrating because I really wanted to help Mark's sister with all the food and everything. Not that she'd let me anyway, because she's very much like me, like that. No, you sit down. Just like I do. I'm like, no, I'm fine. So yeah, there was that. I had to just sit down and rest. But even when you're sitting down resting over Christmas, you're not resting because you're mentally in the room talking. You're not just sitting watching the telly or reading a book. You're mentally, you know, being challenged by conversation and by this, that and the other happening. And even though, like I say, I love it, it obviously makes your fibro worse. So there was that day. I can't remember what we did after that. I think we had, oh, we took all the decorations down, that's right. We took the decorations down, which was a lot, but Mark obviously helped me. And then we went to our friends as well, John and Tilly's. That was lovely. And it's just so much over Christmas. I don't know about you, some people don't do as much as we do over Christmas, but our Christmases are packed. And then New Year's Eve we went, as you probably saw, if you saw the weekly, if you didn't, I'll attach it in a card for you. But yes, New Year's Eve we went to our friends Angela, Simon and Chloe's, and we had the best night, the best time. But again, my body doesn't do well with being out and being sociable and being in the moment and late as well. Like, I think we went to sleep about 2 AM. And we obviously had a lay-in the next day. I think we woke up about 20 to 9 or something like that. But it's still, my body had to recover. But luckily, New Year's Day, we had the whole day to recover. Which we did. We just sat and watched films and relaxed. And then the day after that, we went to Mark's mum and dad's for a takeaway and just to celebrate the new year. So that was over Christmas and how my body was. So now, like I say, I'm still struggling with this arm, with this wrist, with this hand, and the muscle spasms in this part of my arm. So I am going to contact the doctor. I was supposed to do it last week and I forgot. Because you have to, our doctors, you have to ring up at 8 AM to get a phone call appointment. And my doctor's only in 2 days a week. So Wednesday and Friday. So I'm going to try my best to remember this Wednesday to give her a ring, or give the doctors a ring in the morning and book an appointment. Because there is something else that I think I have. Now I found this morning. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone. I found it on an Instagram fibromyalgia post. Now, this is called myofascial pain syndrome, MPS, and a lot of these are very much what I have as well, and it can go alongside fibromyalgia. I thought it was part of fibromyalgia, but obviously not. So MPS can include numbness in the extremities, popping or clicking of the joints, limited movement of joints, particularly the jaw. And I have lockjaw, like at the dentist. I find it really hard to open my mouth fully, and they've said that that's part of obviously the fibro, and not to worry unless it gets stuck. I'm dreading that if it ever happens. But also what I have is every time I chew, my jaw cracks this side. I can hear it now just doing that. It cracks, it crunches and cracks really loud sometimes. So it's not painful, but it does it. So the jaw, definitely. Muscle weakness manifested in dropping things all the time. Migraine or headache. I'm not too bad on migraines and headaches, luckily, touch wood. Disturbed sleep constantly, and I've found over Christmas, and especially now as well, I am waking up so much more in the night in pain, like I can't get comfortable. I go from side to side in the night, and I'm finding that I cannot sleep on my sides because it's hurting too much, my legs and my hips, so I'm having to sleep on my back. Any suggestions on this would be gladly taken. I thought about getting another body pillow, because when we moved I got rid of my body pillow because it took up so much room, but I loved it. Stupid woman. But I don't know if the body pillow would take up too much room in the bed. I don't know how my head would do on there, because I have to have just this pillow. Anyway, any recommendations, like I say, let me know in the comments below. So I've got disturbed sleep, balance problems, yes. Tinnitus or ear pain. I get this a lot. I get ear pain a lot, and tinnitus. Double vision or blurred vision, constantly. I get that constantly. Problems with memory, definitely. Unexplained nausea, dizziness and sweating. And sweating constantly. Nausea on and off all the time. Dizziness, yes, especially over Christmas. So going back to the memory, I just want to tell you a quick story. I was going somewhere just before Christmas, and I was driving along. I think I'd stopped vlogging then, the weeklies, and I'd forgotten where I was going. And I was like, well, where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know where I'm supposed to be. And it was the weirdest sensation that I'd never had before. I honestly couldn't remember where it was I was supposed to be driving to the extreme that I had to pull over. Sorry, I'm looking because I think there's a robin in my bush, but I'm going to have a look in a minute. I had to pull over. That's not a euphemism. I had to pull over and regain my thoughts and really concentrate and think where I was going. And then when I thought, I had to think how to get there. I've never had that before, but it scared me actually. And the dizziness, I've been having a lot more, and nausea, especially after the first thing I eat, because I take my anti-sickness tablet. I have to take one first thing in the morning before I eat anything, and I don't know whether that's making it worse, but I'm finding my nausea is really bad in the morning. And it says aggravating factors. And another thing so MPS that is, another thing I found was when over Christmas, I was like setting the table, and all of a sudden the table started moving away from me. So I grabbed hold of the table because I thought the table was going to go and all the stuff on it was going to, but it wasn't moving. And I was like, what was that? What was that? And I asked on Twitter, because a lot of people are good on Twitter for coming up with solutions. Someone said it could be vertigo. Someone else said it could be to do with the fibro. Someone else said hallucinations. I don't know, but that was weird. It's not happened since that, but it was strange. So let me know in the comments below if you've ever experienced anything like this. One lady told me that something happened to her similar, where she was driving with her son in the passenger seat and she saw a lorry jackknife in front of her and it hadn't, and she just went ballistic, and like the son had to take control of the wheel. Sorry, it's my phone. How weird is that? And how dangerous? So are hallucinations part of fibro, or are hallucinations part of medication? That's another interesting fibro section. But do let me know if there's any fibro sections you want me to record this year. Pop them down in the comments below and I will happily research them for you and me, because obviously I benefit from it too. We all benefit from, you know, what do I say? Knowledge is power. So I hope this has been a little interesting fibro section for you. Like I say, let me know in the comments below how you did over Christmas, how you coped, any suggestions for the sleeping and the MPS if you've heard of it, if you've been diagnosed with it, how were you diagnosed with it. Yeah, that's about it really. So I will see you all on Saturday for the weekly. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that thumbs up, because it really is important for my channel growth and for me to carry on making these videos for you. Take care, love you lots, bye, mwah.